Well, I've been studying government programs for over 35 years. It could be 40, I don't know, I'm such an old guy. But I'm still doing it, and I get more excited about it every day because there's so much here, particularly for entrepreneurs and people who want to start a business. You could be a freelancer, you could be a multi-billion-dollar business, or you could be just somebody who wants to start a home-based business on something. And there's so much help and money and everything for that category of people, and there's thousands of programs, and that's the problem. People go and Google, now here's what I Googled, and like money for business. Okay, here's what I got. 30 million websites. 6 billion websites. You're not going to live long enough to even see a fraction of those websites. See, information explosion, it's overwhelming. So that's why I've been studying for 35 years or more, and I want to give you like the best. If you want to start a business, you want to grow a business, you want to be independent in some way, I'll show you here 7 programs that you have to make sure you know about to take that business to the next level, whether it's starting on your kitchen table like me, or you got 5,000 people and you want to get to the next level. They're for everybody, and they're for everybody because, man, this is the way I started this information business. I was working for Fortune 500 clients. Fortune 500 clients would call me and they'd want to expand their business. They want to look for money, for more sales, for more information, technology, whatever. And I had an office down on K Street, where all these, sharks are in Washington, getting money. And I would help them, and I'd charge them tens of thousands of dollars. And now, man, I want everybody to know. I mean, why all the fat cats who would I charge thousands of dollars for that I would get for free? And it bothers me. I grew up in a little town called Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I didn't know any about these things. So now I want to know that everybody in Wilkes-Barre knows about these. Everybody. So you could decide yourself if you take advantage of them or not. So instead of going through and Google and seeing 6 billion, or even if you find the 17,000 programs that I've found in my life, here are 7 of the best I think you keep around for any time you're thinking about starting something, a venture, a business, a nonprofit, a freelancer, that you could get help for free and money. Okay, now here's the first one. Okay, it's the place you go to start for any kind of thing you want to do. It's free. They're consultants. They get grants from the government. These are experts. They're getting grants from the government to help you find money, to help you manage a business, to help you do business plans, to help you do your taxes, almost anything. Technology or whatever, any kind of problem, even marketing, do a press release or whatever. There's thousands of these people all around the country getting grants to help you for free. And you call up and you make an appointment. And why don't you know about them? Because they don't advertise. That's the thing. So that's why you have to find out about them yourself. So here's where to find out. You could go, there's a website of these organizations called asbdc-us.org. asbdc-us.org. Put in your zip code and you'll find the organizations locally that will help you and do this for free. Man, you're asking your friends for advice. They don't know because everybody's different, and they're not even in this business. So that's right, they will help any kind of business. They have the expertise to do that. Also, I have a video on, if you go to my YouTube channel, YouTube/Matthew Lesko 70, you will see a video on this, so you could see that expert talking, and he tells you how you can call him for nothing and do all that. And if you're not, you can click on YouTube. On the link here, if you're watching it on YouTube. If not, go to YouTube and see this video, and we'll put it in the comments section so you can link right to it. Okay, everybody thinks about SBA loans, okay? And they're true, they are there, and it's one of the biggest sources. It's a fraction of what's out there, but it's a major source. But what you should know, if you're considering an SBA loan, what's good and bad about these SBA loans, okay? Because, the main thing that people don't realize is that even though everybody's, it seems like every bank gives them, them? No, they don't. They're giving them, but to certain people. Certain banks specialize in certain kind of businesses because they can't understand all kind of businesses. So what you have to do, if you're interested in an SBA loan, is not to go to a bank. Here, go to that place I told you earlier, Small Business Development Centers. ASBDC-US.org. And they will find you the banks that specialize in your kind of business. That's what you want. And don't worry about it. It takes forever, or there's all these paperwork. Sure, there's some, but they'll also help you fill out all that applications and things. So that's why it may be good and may not. And that's why don't go directly to the bank, because then when you find out the banks that specialize for you, you could contact everyone. It's like going shopping. If you were shopping for a car, you wouldn't go to one dealer and say, okay, I got a car now, and I'll pay this one. No, you shop for money the same way. But you have to know the places where they're giving out money for what you want. And that's where to get them. Okay, another thing that people don't realize, man, why struggle trying to get a $10,000 grant when you could get $1 million government contract? People always say, oh, where do I get a grant for business? And there's a lot of grants for business. It's usually at the state and local level, and we've had separate videos that explain where to get that. But more importantly, and by the way, the business development centers, the people I talked to about the first two items, they'll help you find those kinds of things too. But to me, what's even more important than government contracts, like my sister, see this thing on the wall? She frames this kind of stuff. She works in the middle of Virginia, somewhere out in the country, where she does $1 million worth of business for the government framing stuff. Who would have thought? The government buys more of anything than anything in the world. And what's interesting about contracts, see, if you get a grant, you're figuring out how to get a grant from the government for your business or small business or whatever, man, you're going to go through, it takes effort to research. So you spend a couple of weeks, couple of months, or long it takes to do it. But the problem is with grants, they're only usually one time and they're not big. They're not really, they're going to give you $1 million, unless you found a new cure to cancer or something, But you can't get millions of dollars of contracts, And if you spend the same amount of time learning that system, it's renewable. You learn it once, you get it. You do it again, you get it again. You don't have to learn something new all the time. You're getting the same thing. That's why government contracts are the hottest thing for business. Because don't forget, over a third of our economy is the government. So they're buying more television sets. They're buying more consulting business. I even saw where the government spent like $30,000 on a freelance priest. Right? They buy anything, broom handles if you buy, spaghetti, anything you could think of. You're making jewelry. Well, they have a chain of department stores called PXs that have all this stuff. How do you get in there? You're a stand-up comic or a band. Don't forget all their clubs they have on the military bases are looking for talent. So you don't need an agent. You just book yourself directly. And that's available. And what's neat about this, there are organizations, professionals that get grants from the government to help you get a government contract. So you don't have to hire a consultant. You go on Google and say, well, I want to get how to become an 8A or something. Don't do any of that. Because these offices get grants to do all that for you for free. And also what they do, they have a program that gives out grants to small businesses so they figure out how to get contracts. So this is a government program that's giving you money to figure out how to get more money. Wow, who would have thought? Only the government, right? So here's where you go to find out and get that free help for getting a contract. And you go to aptac-us.org. That's aptac-us.org. And here's an interview that we've done with a government official telling you about this program. This is the guy giving out the contracts, and he tells you right there, hey, no, you don't have to hire an expert. We'll do all. You don't have to, hire somebody to become an 8A. We'll do that for you. I mean, that's until you hear it from the horse's mouth. That's why these videos I have attached to this thing. Every topic here has a video, on our YouTube channel, that will tell you the specifics. So you could sit maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes and see all the specifics of what's available. So you to get the most out of this. So if you spend an extra 20 minutes of your time, that's worth $1 million. Where the hell are you going to get that? That's why instead of Googling around and looking someplace on the internet, that's why I boil that. That's what's so important about expertise nowadays. I mean, you can Google everything, but you get a billion websites. What good is that? Okay, here's the fourth thing. How about $7,000 to train yourself because now you're an entrepreneur, or to get $250,000 to train your employees. That's right. Every state has programs for that. They have programs for training your employees. You have a call center and you want to train them in customer service, and they have grant money to do that. Or you're a massage therapist and you want to learn a new way to massage people, or yoga instructor and you want to learn a new technique or whatever, and it costs a couple $1,000s. That's what this is for. You want to learn a programming language or whatever. It's training money, because we give out these grants to businesses in every state because we have to compete in the world. So we're competing, with every other country in the world, because the world is so small or whatever. So that's why we have these training programs for you to grow your business. If you don't have the skills and techniques to grow in the world, you're not going to compete in the world economy. And China's going to be still knocking our socks off, if we don't get more educated and be able to compete better in the world economy. Okay, to find out where locally for you to get this kind of money, it's careeronestop.org, careeronestop.org, and then /business center. Okay, so that's what you're looking for, the careeronestop.org /business center. So these are all the programs, and actually that's you're hiring people, they help you do that. You're firing people, they help you do that, and they'll come in and show your employees what government money they could get because now they're not working, or what training programs money they have, or whatever. I mean, it's incredible, what these Career One Stop centers have, and even as a small business, so you're an entrepreneur, and you need skills or something. So there's training money there. So find out how you could use that. And we have 2 videos really on this. So these training videos from the Career One Stop Center. So go to youtube.com /MatthewLesko70. We have money videos there. There's 2 on this, or the link below. I'll put the links to the videos in there too. Okay, now overseas. Okay, the world is small. Every business now has to find customers overseas, because this is how people grow, and we're not selling overseas much. We're shrinking in that. Well, we're starting to go up again. That's why there's government programs. There always has been. Now you help so many Fortune 500 companies take advantage of the money and help and information and marketing help to sell your goods and product overseas. I mean, you could be a consultant. Say a Google consultant, how to make money on Google. Well, how about people overseas? So you get money to find business opportunities overseas. They even have money for you to travel overseas to look for customers. They'll dispatch people from the embassies to find you customers overseas. I mean, that's incredible to me. You hire some consultant, they'll charge you tens of thousands of dollars to do this. They'll dispatch people from the embassy and go out all over the country they're in to find you customers. And they check out their backgrounds. There's offices too. They'll make appointments for you. They'll find potential customers, make appointments when you come over. You have a place to meet in the embassy. You get translators. You got all this kind of stuff. Man, where else are you going to get that? And they give you money to get there. Man. Isn't that incredible? Man, you think people rely on Google, they're not going to find this stuff, because it's hidden in those 6 billion websites, whatever the heck that was. It's 6 billion, 6 billion, 30 million websites. So that's why. So we, now to find a list of, but you work at the state, you don't go to Washington, you go to your state government. Every state government has an office to help you export, to get business overseas, get clients overseas, because they want you to bring in more money to the state. So they'll help you do that. And so, but SBA, the website has a nice listing of economic development agencies. So if you Google SBA economic development agencies, you'll find the list, or actually it's sba.gov/content/economic development agencies is another way to find it. And we'll put the links below on YouTube for this video, so you could find them. And we have a great video of one of these officials at a state office who tells you about these programs and how neat they are. I mean, she verifies this stuff. I don't make this stuff up. You can't. It's too incredible to make this stuff. I never would have think of it. Who would know to ask those questions? Hey, where could I get somebody to make an appointment for somebody who's going to give me money in another country? Who would ever think about it? That's why we're the question mark suit. Okay, now here's number 6. Here's what I think a big opportunity. Everybody misses. your elected official, your congressman, man, how to get money legally for free from your congressman. They are your access to so much in the government. Even me, I've been studying this 35 years or something. Any congressman, elected official office is better than me because see, no one knows what's there. Okay, I call the congressman, I call the government office or whether it's giving out the money or you call the government office. They may or may not help you depending on the mood of the day or whatever. And you get the runaround maybe or whatever, and you have to get through that, and that's part of doing business. And it happens the same when you call Comcast, right? So it's nothing new in the life. It's something you have to learn to be able to survive in the current situation. But if you call your congressman, man, they're the most powerful people to any bureaucrat than you will ever be, than some lobbyists and whoever be, because this is where the bureaucrats' money come from. And the bureaucrats' money comes from the people voting for it on Capitol Hill. So every agency has special offices like little phone banks to answer calls from the congressmen and senators, so they get their answers right away. So you can call a congressman, say, and then see the congressman wants to appeal to you because you vote. This is what keeps them getting paid every day, is if you vote for them. See, and then so if they call you, you call the congressman, they call their back office number, the hotline they have, and they get it fixed instantly or find you what you need instantly. Man, you're going to vote for that son of a gun no matter what they do, no matter how many girlfriends they have or whatever the shenanigans they're pulling, because, we all operate like that, and they know that, and that's why they spend so much of their staff's effort helping people like you. And see, your congressman, whether it's getting money for a problem, your business, getting a government contract, finding out about the rules and regulations or whatever, they're there. Don't miss out on using them. How do you find your congressman? Well, actually, what you do is votesmart.org. Okay, votesmart.org is a place you go to find out. You put in your zip code and you find out all your elected officials. And we have a video showing you. I show you there in that video exactly. The senators have a listing of all the things they will do for you. Help you get a scholarship. Help you get a contract. Help you to... That's what they're there for. They don't cost anything. So why are you going out there hiring all these expensive fat cats? Yeah, stick with me, son. I'll get you the inside. Bullshit. You get it for free. And it's better if you know the system, because that's who they call. That's what I used to do. My fat cat clients used to call me up, and then I'd call a congressman. Where the hell is this thing? Because I couldn't find it for some reason. So you go directly, cut out the middleman. That's what technology really does to me nowadays, is cut out the middleman. So that video, and also votesmart.org. Okay, here's the last one. It's amazing. I don't know. National Institute of Standards and Technology. I'm an old guy, so I remember old names of agencies. That's terrible. But if you go to nist.gov/MEP, nist.gov/MEP. These people are like the Booz Allen and Hamilton. Booz Allen and Hamilton, they're these hotshot consultants that charge $1,000 an hour for their expertise or whatever, and they come out and fix Fortune 500 companies. Sometimes they fix them, sometimes they don't. These are the same kinds of people, trained the same way, that come out and do a half a day for your business for free. That's right, for free. So you get $5,000 of free consulting. They'll come out and evaluate your business, where you're going to make more money, where you're not, and things like that, all for free. And if you want to do more, then they charge you, but it's a fraction of what these big hotshots cost you. But man, just to have a half a day, somebody with expertise in evaluating companies that will come out and evaluate your company, that's an incredible bargain. I think in our country, but. Who knows? They're not going to advertise. Booz Allen and Hamilton, man, advertising their tushies off, for this. So you know about it. And we have a video of one of the experts who does this. And watch that video, man. They'll tell you, how they do this, why they do this. It's not a secret. It's not a conspiracy theory they're hiding it. No, they just don't have advertising money like Booz Allen have. They have a big PR marketing department and everything like that. So, YouTube.com/Matthew Lesko 70. Man, you can see that video. Watch that expert tell you about the stuff they're going to do. So spend a couple minutes doing that even before you make a phone call. Now that was 7. I think they're the 7 best, most important. Now they're all not money because they're services. Man, if someone can show you how to make $1 million, why figure out how to get $250,000? When you can already make $1 million yourself and send it. So that's why services and these kinds of help can even be more valuable than money, and they'll also help you find money. The places I have. Now here I threw in 3 more things that you should know about because I just think they're cool and you never know. You would never believe that the government does this. Government has lawyers that will chase down people who owe you money. Right? You're in business, somebody owe you a bad check. The government has lawyers to get that for you. That's right. Who would have thought? Nobody wouldn't have thought. And it's all at the local level, so it's a little complicated to find. So watch that video. We have there for government lawyers that would collect money from people who give you bad checks. So they're your collection agency. Now, who'd be more afraid of the government than some collection agency or your lawyer yourself or whatever that's charging you money? And they're free. They have more power than anybody else you could hire, and they're free. It's incredible. Here's another thing too, like tax questions. Now I have a video here that will show you how I wanted to find out, okay, what's the best way to write off your home business? Okay, watch that video, because that will show you step by step how I call the IRS, what the number is, whatever, and a lady sat on the phone with me explaining everything, the best way to write off your home-based business. I mean, why go to hire somebody who's going to charge you money when they have to go to the IRS to figure out what it is? Instead, you could call the horse's mouth. These are the people who wrote the laws. So why hire somebody, to go learn the law for you and give you an answer when you can collect somebody who wrote the law and they're free? Man, it's a no-brainer. Here's an interesting thing people don't realize. People, if you're living overseas, because I know a lot of people overseas, watch my videos on YouTube, and you can get it's really, you can get a visa for an entrepreneur. You want to come to this country, invest a little money and start a business and things like that. There's a special visa for that. It's an investor's visa. And that visa is an EB-5 investor visa. So if you Google that or watch the video, and you can Google EB-5 investor visa and see the requirements for that. And by the way, you don't have to be a citizen to use all these programs I talked about. These 10 programs are available for anybody. You're in this country for an afternoon or you've been here for your whole life. It doesn't matter. That's what's neat about our society, particularly services. I mean, some of the requirements on money may require you to be have a green card or citizenship, but the services, no, they're never going to check. So if you're an entrepreneur here and you don't even have a green card, whatever, now that's bad, but it's available. It's for people to grow and see businesses grow other businesses. They grow employees, and that's why the government has all these programs. So you hire yourself as an employee, so you have a job and they don't have to worry about you. You start hiring other people, they have a job. That's why we have these government programs, government money to help your business grow no matter what the business is.